No contact, no urgency. The Kremlin has shattered the illusion of a post-summit diplomatic breakthrough. Despite signals from Washington, Dmitry Peskov confirmed that President Trump did not reach out to Vladimir Putin after the Ankara summit. Moscow is not begging for a seat at the table. The message is chillingly blunt. Russia will not be seen waiting for the West. Engagement remains possible, but only on Moscow's sovereign terms.
Mr. Trump, apparently, was very busy after all the contacts in Ankara, so no one called yesterday. President Putin is always happy to talk. They really have a constructive dialogue. Despite certain discrepancies that may take place, which we discussed in the first question, no one has called yet. President Putin is open to dialogue.
Open to talk, but never to pressure. Peskov has eviscerated the Western delusion that military escalation can force a Russian capitulation. Moscow's position is definitive. The White House is suffering from a fundamental misconception if it believes battlefield aggression will buy them leverage at the negotiating table. For the Kremlin, this pressure is not a pathway to peace, but a strategic miscalculation that only ensures a longer, harder conflict.
No, we don't. Rather, we see some delusions in the White House administration regarding the fact that by escalation and military pressure, it is possible to facilitate the exit to a peaceful path of settlement. This is a wrong judgment.
A red line has been etched in the clouds. On the reckless talk of closing the sky over Ukraine, the Kremlin issues a stark, immediate warning. Any such move would mean direct NATO military intervention. Russia views this as the ultimate escalation, the very scenario its special military operation was launched to prevent. Moscow is clear. If NATO assets enter that airspace, the conflict moves from a proxy war to a direct confrontation.
In any case, it will be about the armed forces of NATO working on the territory of Ukraine. This is exactly what special military operations are being carried out against. This needs to be understood.
Moscow is tearing the mask off Washington's dual-track charade. Peskov points to the obvious. The US continues to fuel the war with advanced weaponry, including licensed Patriot production, while pretending to act as a neutral peace broker. Russia isn't wearing rose-colored glasses. They see the US as a primary participant in the conflict, not just a facilitator of diplomacy. The contradiction is absolute.
As for the Patriot, yes, this is an obvious fact. The United States continues to supply arms and military technologies to Ukraine. This is true. We know this. We do not wear pink glasses.
The post-summit reality is hardening. Moscow is refusing to be rushed by the optics of international diplomacy. By rejecting the pressure of escalation and setting immovable boundaries, the Kremlin is dictating the pace of the narrative. Dialogue is on the table, but only if Washington recognizes the new strategic reality. For now, Moscow remains defiant, drawing its lines in the sand while warning the West of the dangers ahead.
On the one hand, they continue to supply arms, but unlike other countries involved in this conflict, the United States still maintains its commitment and attempts to somehow facilitate the peace process.